Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Well, actually, y'all can hear me. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Listen, are the people still off work today, or y'all headed back to work today? What we doing today? Y'all headed back to work? Are y'all off today? What's going on? What's going on with the people? What's up, everybody? Okay, y'all can hear me. Good. So we're going to be talking about a couple of things this morning. We're going to be talking about a couple of things. We're going to be talking about Miss Funky Dineva's fake apology to Claudia Jordan Child. We're going to talk about Tyler Perry Studios and what's going on in the news with that. We're going to listen to Dude's 15-part documentary. We're going to listen to his 15-part documentary that he did, child, over there on the internet, okay? We're going to be talking about Sam Franklin and Bishop Matthews, giving you guys an update on them, child, the threats that JRock done threatened Sam Franklin and talking about he going to find somebody to slap her and slap the taste out of her mouth and things like that and slap her on back to glory. That's what he said. So we're going to get into that. Give you guys an update on the Tissa Tales situation. Got a Bishop Jakes update and a Diddy update. So we got quite a bit to talk about today. So let me speak, and then we're going to get into the. What's going on, Miss Janetta? What's going on, Miss Monet? Miss Gina, good morning. Miss Lori. What's up, Sherman? What it do? Queen Sag, what's going on? Miss Linda, good morning. I'm not bothered, good morning. Cupcake Mamas, good morning. Bama Girl, good morning. Bama Girl says she off today. I know that's right. Clock it. What's going on, Cam? How are you? All right, y'all. So, hey, Miss Annette, what's going on? Hey, Melanin Beauty, good morning. As you guys come in, please make sure you don't forget to hit that like button. It is a free way of supporting the platform. Okay. Good morning, Miss Denise. Hey, my Lysandra Boo. How you doing? All right, so let's go ahead and get into the things, y'all, so I don't keep y'all here too long, because we do got a lot to talk about. Now, give me just 1 second here. Let's actually go ahead and open up with a few politic type of situations, and then we'll get into it. All right. So I happened to see this yesterday, and I thought that this was really interesting. Give me 1 second. Let me share my screen, child. All right, here we go. right. All right. So I happen to just be searching on the web yet. Well, not searching on the web, but I was going through my Instagram, child, and this actually came up, right? So there's a woman who called 911 for a domestic violence report, honey, and baby, they called the police. I mean, they called ICE on her. Okay, they called ICE on the lady. The lady, we're gonna get into the story, but this was sad. This was sad. This was sad. What's up, Miss Sherry Jones? What's up, Demi? Good morning. What's up, little baby? Miss Faith. I see y'all trickling on in here this morning. Miss Denise. I see y'all. What's going on? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Again, I found this to be very interesting. Actually, shame on me. Shame on me, shame on me, shame on me. Before we get started, I want to send my sincere prayers to those affected by the severe flooding that is being experienced in Texas. I know, like the Guadalupe River has caused a lot. I think the death toll as of last night, unfortunately, had gotten up to 60. I believe. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. But then you also had, you still have some people who are missing as well. And seeing some of these videos, I don't even know what to think. Like, it's really sad. I don't think anyone ever expects to be in a situation like that. And so if we can just send prayers to Texas, so that, everybody is good. I think it is so sad what we're seeing. And we have to understand that this administration that we're in, they give no about us. Not only does the administration not care, but the death toll is up to 80. See, that's a lot. They don't care. They don't care. We have Hot Wheels in the office. Now, I don't got no problem saying Hot Wheels. Now, y'all will get on Jasmine Crockett for saying Hot Wheels, but folks been calling them man Hot Wheels forever. Okay. It is really sad to see. It's sad to see. I have a cousin whose home was affected. Luckily, she was able to, her and her husband was able to gather all of, what they could. And they went to my other cousin's house. And so that's where they're at now. So they are safe. But make sure if you have someone in the Houston area, just check on them regardless. Like, you don't even have to know if they're affected or not. I say just check on them. Because again, it looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad. If you've seen any of the videos, pictures, it looks bad. It looks horrible. And of course, everybody's blaming it on the MAGA man, for sure, which I think it should be blamed on him. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that first. It's kind of how I wanted to open things up. And also, too, like I said, if you have any family, check on your family without, just check on your family. All right. So let's get back into this here. And what I will also say, too, is the serious thing to do. And this time, I know a lot of people, it's hard for them to evacuate and stuff like that. Like, I know when we say evacuate, you should evacuate. Everybody doesn't have the not only financially, but sometimes people don't have nowhere to go. All of the hotels are booked in full, all of those things. So yeah, just keep that in mind when we as we discuss this. All right, let's get into this here really quick. Okay, so this was interesting. And the immigrant woman in Texas called the police for help as a victim of DV. When they found out that she was an immigrant from El Salvador, officers reported her to ICE, putting her at risk for detention and deportation for seeking safety. The woman was picked up by the police and detained for over an hour. ICE agents thankfully declined to take her into custody because she informed them that no one was around to take custody of her children, according to a copy of the police report. Well, I'm glad they care, because most of them ain't been caring. The Houston Police Department defended the actions of the department, claiming this was their job. An officer responded to the assault call conducted a routine criminal history check on the reportee and discovered that she had an active ICE warrant. All right. The department spokesman told Houston Chronicles, as with any law enforcement warrant, the officer is required to notify the appropriate agency. The officer continued to assist the reportee professionally, providing her with victim support resources and maintaining a high level of service. Now listen, I'm just gonna keep it all the way 1,000 and buck with you, okay? Listen, and I don't even like how this is getting ready to sound. But I mean, Mama, you was an immigrant, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Did y'all detain the man that she called about? That's all I'm wondering. What y'all do? Because I don't see nothing in this article about what y'all did to the man that she called, because it was a DV situation. What we doing here? What are we doing here? I understand that the people had to do their job allegedly, but what did y'all do with the man? Where he at? Where he at? I'm just wondering. Y'all went there for a reason, and I'm just wondering if for the reason you went there, what y'all do? I don't see them mentioning nothing about what they did to the person that she called about the DV situation. I don't see nothing. I don't know. How y'all feel about this? I think this is both of them should have been detained. If she called for DV situations, both of them should have been detained. And is he an immigrant as well? Is he an immigrant? Child, not y'all come over here with a half story. We don't even know what's going on. All right, let me catch up. One of my nephew's teacher was recovered from, oh my God, Kingswood, Texas, and his wife and kids are still missing. And one of my granddaughter's cheermate father was recovered by her mom and brothers and are still. Oh my God, that's sad. That is so sad. That is so sad. I'm not bothered. I'm definitely praying. Did they get the man? What's up, Tracy? Did they get the man? That's what I want to know. I really want to know that. It don't say nothing else in that article about that. God, I pray for those families impacted by the floods in Houston in Jesus' name. Bring peace and blessings. Amen. 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 They can both go to jail. Get him off the street. Right. I'm just kind of wondering why I mean, nowhere in that article did they mention anything about what they did to him. Hey, Symmetry, popping in before my meeting to say good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I guess that would say that Symmetry is back at work today. Y'all let me know. Are y'all back at work today, or did y'all take another day off? What's going on, Moose Nux? What's up, Ty? How are you? Good morning. Did y'all take another day off, or what y'all had decided to do? All right, let's move on, child. Let's move on. We're going to kind of stay in the political kind of area. Y'all know I have another channel specifically for that, but I want to get into this because since we're talking about the floods in Texas, let's get into Rosie O'Donnell. Girl, let's get into Rosie O'Donnell, girl. Has Rosie ever went up for Trump? I don't know. But anyway, Rosie been eating Trump up. Okay, clearly. Rosie been out here eating Trump up. Okay, so let's get into this here really quick. Let me make sure the sound is on. Share my screen. And let's get into it, y'all.
Floods in Texas, the Guadalupe River, 51 missing, 51 dead, more missing. Children at a camp. And you know, when the president got all of the early warning systems and the weathering forecast abilities of the government, these are the results that we're going to start to see on a daily basis because he's put this country in so much danger by his horrible horrible decisions and this ridiculously immoral.
Wait, Rosie, you say this country. I thought you moved. I thought you went over there yonder somewhere. I thought Rosie went over yonder somewhere. Let's keep going, child.
Moral bill that he just signed into law. As Republicans cheered, people will die as a result, and they've started already. Shame on him. Shame on every GOP sycophant who's listening. And what a horror story in Texas. The flash floods in Texas of this mentally incapacitated POTUS. Hard to believe. Following the disastrous decisions of this mentally incapacitated POTUS.
Right now we know 19 people from the Houston area are...
All right, so there you heard her. She basically is saying, you know, because of this big, ugly, bullshit ass bill that we are in, that this is a result of it. And also, y'all got to keep in mind, y'all, this man dismantling everybody from the Weather Service Center. So we're not going to really know about this after this particular hurricane season. They are not going to let you know about now. Hurricane is coming. If it's going to, when it's going to hit land, and if it's going to be a category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you're not going to know, because you want to know why. The orange man has gotten rid of a lot of stuff. And again, this is only the start of it. This is only the start of it. And Hot Wheels is no better. Yes, I'm talking about Greg Damn Abbott. Hot Wheels. Okay? I want y'all to find, you know what? Don't even find a ramp. Actually, yes. Find a ramp. And since all these people want to play with baby oil and stuff, get a ramp. Get a ramp. And make sure you find a steep ramp. Find you a steep ramp. Okay? Find you a steep ramp. Post some of that baby oil on it. And take Abbott and start from 5 miles back. And I want you to wheel him as hard as you can across that damn ramp. Listen. I'm so sick of these people. I am so sick of these people. It absolutely was in Project 2025, which is why I said, listen, also too, comparing Project 2025 to this big ugly ass bill is a good thing to do too, because I've been telling y'all for the longest, there are some things that was in Project 2025 that's also in this big beautiful bill, while this man said that he had nothing to do with Project 2025, but everybody on his cabinet is literally the authors of Project 2025. Huh? Listen, y'all, I try to make this channel not so political. I really do, but this is aggravating. It's so aggravating. We're literally losing lives every minute from these disasters that are happening. I really hate when hurricanes, well, it is hurricane season already, right? I think it's hurricane season already. But then not only that, girl, when these tornadoes start hitting and stuff, it's really going to be bad. St. Louis just had one of the most deadliest tornadoes. And if we're thinking that we're right here in Texas, we're in Tornado Alley, honey. There's a lot that we have to take into consideration about this. The folks thought Project 2025 was a game. Sure did. What's up? And I read your comment and didn't even speak. Hey, Miss Demetria, how you doing? Precious Jewel, what's going on? Sherry says she gone. Did she give up her citizenship here? Why she talking? Well, no, I think we need people to talk. Regardless, I think we need people to talk. And let everybody know where we're at, what's going on. Yeah, I think I'm not opposed to her talking. I want her to talk. Yes, I want Hot Wheels gone. I'm sick of Hot Wheels. I'm so sick of Hot Wheels. I listened to that press conference. It wasn't nothing but straight bullshit. That's it. I listened to that press conference. It was nothing but straight bullshit, as it is with him every time he get his wheelchair and sit in front of that table and get to talking. He don't do nothing but talk a bunch of bullshit. Hurricane season started June the 1st. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, Melanin Beauty. I think everybody, especially these states down here in the South, man, say it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real. All right. So yeah, them tornadoes are no joke at all. I just happen to be talking about tornadoes. I happened to be watching some stuff last night as I was trying to go to bed. Very disturbing too. So yeah, when we don't know what's going to happen with these tornadoes and stuff, it's sick, y'all. It is sick. Good morning, PN2 Ross. Good morning to everybody coming in. Please make sure you hit that like button. It is a free way of supporting the platform. If you like to donate to the channel, you see the donations down on the bottom of the screen scrolling, honey. Catch app, all of those things. All right, so let's get into this. So I'm not gonna get this too much. Because truth be told, I'm sick of the both of y'all asses. Jock and Kendra, go find somebody else to play with. Ain't the show coming back on? This show getting ready to come back on, ain't it? What's up, Harold? I see you, my brother. What's going on? Listen, I was just reading y'all comments and wasn't even speaking to the people. How dare me? Ain't that show getting ready to come on? It is. Listen, this is a bunch of bullcrap right here, because y'all will do anything. Every time you know that the show getting ready to come on, they got some type of promo. A couple weeks ago was Bambi and her man over there. When I had already told y'all, now the people kept asking me why you don't see it for Bambi and her man. I had already told y'all that looked like it was fake and phony, just like Carly over there marrying that man. I knew that wasn't gonna last either. And what's her name is married, but I heard that they already separated. What's that girl name I don't like? What's her name? Sierra. And I still want to know what happened with Sierra and Nene. Y'all ain't gonna sit up here and make me believe ain't nothing happened around there. I want to know what happened with Sierra and Nene. I don't see Sierra and Nene comments. I don't see Nene and Sierra comments. What happened? Yeah, Harold, you know good well I can't stand that girl. I cannot stand Ghetto Girl Eats. And I thought she was getting rid of Ghetto Girl Eats. I still see her promoting it. Y'all. What y'all think happened between her and Nene? What y'all think happened? Anyway, so let's get into this. So Jock made this post, and then this was the caption. When I close my eyes, this is what I see. I'm tired of feeling like I can't be a human in the world full of humans. Oh, you want to sleep around and stuff. Got it. I hate how strangers can just send shit to my wife and she instantly sides with them. There's a reason why she instantly sides with them, because you ain't. That's why. Well, I'm done with this play rhetoric. I've been on the most I've been one of the most consistent people you will ever meet. And I'm at a point where I'm done. P.S. No, I don't want a celebration for walking away. No one was going to celebrate you. I guarantee you, no one was going to celebrate you, Jock. You could have left that last sentence off. None of us, and I mean absolutely none of us, were planning on celebrating you or any of that. Okay? I'm just none of us. None of us. None of us. None of us. Then he captions and said, maybe I should just move to another country. Maybe I'm not as valued as I think I should be. At attorney Kendra Robinson, I tried to give you my all, and you don't see the true king in me. I pray you find happiness elsewhere. Jock, let me just lay this down. You a dog always will be a dog. Okay. Let me say this about Kendra. Kendra, you knew the hell you was marrying. And this is why I can't watch you crying on that show, because, girl, you knew who you was marrying. You and Gandy are two in the same. Y'all know exactly what y'all got. You know exactly what y'all got. Although I don't think Mendices is as bad as Jock. But you knew exactly what you were getting into. So when y'all get on these shows and get to crying and hooping and hollering and wanting people to feel bad for you or feel sorry for you, girl, I don't got time for it. I'm quite sure that this is gonna come up on that show. Y'all have fun watching it. Y'all have fun. Have fun. I have nothing else for you, Jock or Kendra. Because Kendra, you cry too much for me. You sit up here crying about a man you knew who he was before you married him. And he ain't changing. He ain't changing. Now listen, this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to stop with this right here. Okay? And there's only one reason why I'm showing this. I'm showing this because Jamal told y'all, if you don't hear it out of his mouth, he told y'all this at the red carpet, at the BET Awards on the red carpet. He told y'all, if y'all don't hear it from him, if you do not hear it from him, then don't believe it. Okay? Now, how y'all gonna put out the information before anybody? I done already told y'all. I am really good Judy's with his manager. Okay? Or with his, I think it's his assistant manager. Pops is the manager. I know his folks very well. Let's just put it that way. His team. I know his team very, very well. And I'm not saying that to toot a horn or two or nothing like that. But again, I feel like if you don't hear it from him, then it ain't it. It ain't it. Okay? It just ain't it. All right? Because here's the thing. Sometimes we have to use our brain. I'm not saying that it's not possible for him to get a deal with Netflix, but remember, he's still under contract with American Idol and whatever they got going on for the next year. So, you know, it's not as cut and dry as this is to just put up, hey, he signed a deal with Netflix. It doesn't work like that. So, y'all, again, if you don't hear it from him, then don't believe it. Now, since we're talking about Jamal, let's stay on Jamal real quick. So Jamal is from Mississippi, and he was given the key to Mississippi. Well, Jamal declined it. Jamal declined it because of the death threats. Okay, he has been receiving all kinds of threats because of this situation. So give me one moment here. Now, this is being reported by Yahoo, so take it up with Yahoo if you're upset. Okay, all right. So let me get into it. American Idol Season 23 winner Jamal Roberts turns down a significant honor in his home state of Mississippi. Ahead of his August performance in Laurel, Mississippi, it was announced that the singer who won the competition singing show in May will receive a key to the city. However, some residents were enraged, honey. They don't want to see no nigga with a key to the city. That article did not say that. I added that in there. Here's what they say and how Roberts responded. All right, give me just a second here. Now this thing for real. Hold on, y'all. Lord have mercy. Can y'all still hear me? I don't know how that just happened. I don't know how that just happened. Can y'all still hear me? Oh, Lord. Okay, y'all can. Hey, Mocha Drop, what's going on? All right, I don't know what just happened. Anyway, so ahead of Roberts' August the 2nd performance in Laurel, Drake Page, a local club promoter, shared on Facebook on Friday that Mayor Johnny McGee permitted him to offer Roberts a key to the city at the event. The post received many negative comments and threats towards Roberts, with some saying that they would bring firearms to Roberts' concerts. So you can't play around like that. Y'all threaten me like that? Nope. Nope. He ain't even from here. That ain't fair to no one. Tamar commented, who we don't even know you, Tamar. Roberts addressed the comments and the threats in a Facebook Live during which he said that he wasn't interested in the honor. I did not ask for the key, Roberts said. Y'all should get it and give it to them, somebody that deserves it. I guess, been working in the community for years, but I don't want it. Roberts thanked McGee for the honor, but reiterated that he did not want the key to the city, child. He did not want the key to the city, and I don't blame him. Y'all walking around here talking about y'all gonna bring pows and things down here to my performance. I wouldn't want the key to the city either. Just plain straight up disrespectful. And to me, all of them people who was pissed off ain't even black. They white. Yeah, I said it. They white peoples. So anyway, prayers out to Jamal Roberts, because I feel like he is getting like a lot of hate and heat. And I get it. A lot of these people, and now it's 2025, it's a little worse than when, Fantasia was on, when Jennifer Hudson was on. Things have changed and things are different. But girl, y'all aren't even black. So it tells me you have an issue with a black man receiving the key to the city. Not necessarily because he's not from there. You're more so feeling away because he's black. And we're just going to call a thing. That's just what it is. Is Laurel mainly white people? Well, again, to Jamal, go where you welcome. I don't think you need nobody telling you that though. I think your manager and your crew and your team is gonna make sure you're well taken care of. So I don't blame him for not wanting the key to the city. All right, moving on, honey. I really don't want to get this girl no clout. I really don't. I'm so damn sick of Chrisean Snagger Too Fast Rock. I'm sick of her. I am. And I dang sure is sick of this clown as well. Yes, Ray J. Listen, I ain't saying that Chrisean and Ray J don't deserve to have an opinion based off of what they know, or based off of everybody else. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all can't see my screen. What's going on, YouTuber? Oh, I know why. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hey, really, B-Boo, what's going on? I know why this won't working. There we go. Y'all, I'm sick of it. Now, she went down there to that church around there in Maryland, and she went over there crying with that man over there acting like she done changed her life. Like she just done went around there and now she's transformed and all this kind of stuff. And here she come back with this trashy stuff again. Lemonelle, Lemon Pepper, Stepper, call her talking about you can come back over here to Zeus. Girl, we already knew that was going to happen. All of this stuff that you was doing, when you sat down with Jamal, Brian, or all of the people. Speaking of Jamal Brown, I got something on him in just a minute. But, man, listen to how dumb they both sound. And again, they have the right to have their opinion. But look how both they dumb. I mean, look how dumb they sound. Let's go.
Come home. I'm a little off.
I feel like he was always innocent.
He was always innocent of what they was charging him for, yeah.
Because I ain't never spoke up on it, or did I? I don't know.
Now, please speak.
I spoke on it when Pastor Jamal interviewed, but he clipped it out.
Really? Shout out to Pastor Jamal. That's the pastor.
He asked the question. He's like, "Oh, you did?"
Diddy's come home. I'm a little off.
I feel like he was always innocent.
He was always innocent of what they was charging.
He asked the question. He's like, "Oh, you did?" Yeah, I was saying we just gotta pray for him because, shit, he doing what everybody else. But I don't know. I really feel like, all right, he a man with money, so we make whatever he do in his free time a problem. The only thing they getting him for is the domestic part, or they try to. They say they can't even use that.
See, you see what I'm saying?
No, look. Every time that somebody take up for him,
They always talking about, but she got dragged down that hallway.
But you know the tape was altered. It was altered by CNN.
First they was trying to be stuck on the freaky stuff. Now they trying to be stuck on, I don't know. It's like a weird situation you don't want to speak up on because everybody just get the plan. I feel like, shoot, run. Call 911.
Yeah, I just feel like if it's...
There was no...
Now, let me ask you a question. When your man knocked your damn tooth out your mouth, did your ass call the motherfucking police? I'm just asking. When Blueface would go upside your head, did you always call the police, you dumb, stupid? Listen, this is what I'm talking about. I don't do these clowns. Ma'am, what are you talking about? Because you definitely done got your tooth knocked out. You definitely done got busted up by that man family and all kind of stuff. Do Blueface got a sister? Before I make that up, I think Blueface got a sister. You and the sister and all of that kind of... Get out of our face. And Ray J. You was just on the internet crying, talking to, what's that Bryant lady name? She's a life coach. What's her name? Cheyenne Bryant, Cheryl Bryant, Cheryl. I think her name is Cheryl. Cheryl Bryant. She was over there on Basketball Wives and stuff too. And if that's not her name, y'all know I mess up her name. Girl, sir, you was just online and she told you to get off live because specifically, she said, you needed to handle this situation in the private, in the privacies, in the private, in the private, in the private. I said that to say this. You don't need to be talking to nobody. You need to get somewhere, sit your ass down and be focused on your own mental health. See, I know a lot of y'all. I know we don't. There's a lot of people that do not agree with me on this situation. There's a lot of people who do not agree with me on the Diddy situation, and I'm so okay with that. You can have your own opinion, but when you sit up and do stupid stuff like this right here, girl, you don't even know what he got found guilty of. You don't know what his charges was. You don't know none of that. But didn't they get him on the DV? Did they get him? No, they didn't. Oh, her name is Cheyenne. Did I not say Cheryl? Oh, I said Cheryl. Yeah. I said Cheryl. Cheyenne, my bad. Oh, not y'all saying call Tia Kemp on the phone. I mean, Tia Kemp has been going in on her ass all weekend long. Well, all week long. It started last week, honey. It started last week, child. All right, let's get into this update with Shannon Sharpe. And this is crazy because I just said, I just got through saying that we ain't heard nothing about the Shannon Sharpe situation. But now we got something here. All right, let me share my screen so y'all know I ain't making this stuff up, child. All right, so this is from the New York Post, child. Shannon Sharpe legal team has not filed a response to the SA lawsuit filed earlier this year, which created national headlines for days. The complaint had been filed in Nevada in April and alleged that Shannon had had alleged that Shannon had actually assaulted, committed battery, actual battery, and had intentional inflicted emotional distress on a woman in her 20s, with whom he had nearly a 2-year relationship with. Sharpe, 57, has denied the claims and called the lawsuit a shakedown in a statement released shortly after the lawsuit was filed. Since the initial buzz of headlines, the case has been quiet, but the Pro Football Talk reported on Sunday that Sharpe has not filed a response to the civil complaint, and that a hearing for the 3 different motions would take place on July the 9th. So on Wednesday, he has court, child. On Wednesday, he has court. It is scheduled for 10 a.m. local time and had originally been set for June the 30th, but they pushed it back The report noted that response was usually due within 30 days in most jurisdictions. An extension can be granted out of courtesy amongst the lawyers. However, that's not what happened here. All right. It goes on to say that Sharpe's lawyer, Lanny Davis, had told reporters during a press conference in April that Sharpe would file a counterclaim against the woman who Sharpe's legal team identified, but who the Post has not named. Davis had also said at the time that Sharpe had offered the woman at least $10 million in a settlement and called it a big surprise when the case was filed. The plaintiff alleged that several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025 that Sharpe had assaulted her. Davis claims that the woman had been trying to commit a classic definition of blackmail by filing the suit before Sharpe signed a massive podcast network deal and had been reported for over $100 million, child. So there's an update on the Shannon Sharpe situation. So I'll come back down here after Wednesday to let you guys know what the judge says in regards to those motions. And again, he has not responded to the lawsuit, which I do find to be very interesting. So what's up, IPV? What's going on? How are you? She doesn't even know. Yeah, she don't. She don't. Oh, Blueface didn't really knock out her tooth. I thought that's what they said. I thought they said Blueface knocked out her tooth. Well, I know for a fact Blueface didn't hit her upside her head and stuff. I know that for a fact. Now that ain't something we making up. We'll say allegedly, but we know good and well Blueface done knocked her around like a rag doll. All right, so let's get into the next piece of things that we have going on, child. All right. So we talked about Rosie O'Donnell. We talked about them clowns, Blueface. Chrisean and Ray J. Let me go over here to my saved. What's the names? All right, let's see. Y'all, Justin Bieber is out here detoxing. Carisha, please. That man is out here detoxing. Why you want to use memes and stuff for him to clock it? Justin Bieber's out here detoxing, y'all. He detoxing. I don't know if he's detoxing from the rugs or what. You know what he's necessarily detoxing from, but he's detoxing. And he's showing you guys the process. You see them little sweat glands and things up there on the top of his head. So he's just showing you guys that he's over there detoxing. He's trying to get all of the things out of his system. Much love to Justin Bieber. You know, all bullshit aside, all jokes aside, I do pray that he gets better. Listen, when people are going through stuff like this, listen, I can only wish you well. You know what I mean? So I wish Justin Bieber well. I wish him well. I want him to get better, because snapping off at your friends and ending friendships because you got stuff going on, I think it's crazy. So I think if you need to detox and get yourself better, go on and detox and get yourself better. Moving on. All right. We talked about Jock and Kendra. All right. My love has come along. Yeah.
All of the
Okay, now y'all, be careful out there. So I did see this a couple days ago where in Chicago, I don't know these people. I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all know I don't know these people. So it's just a trending topic. It's a story, and I wanted to bring it to y'all. At least 4 people are unalived and 14 others were injured in a drive-by pow-powing outside of a lounge in Chicago last night. Around 11 p.m., pow-pows were fired from a dark vehicle into a crowd outside the artist's lounge, where people were leaving an album release party for the rapper Mellow Bucks. I don't have any clue who that is. CBS reports 4 people, 2 men and 2 women were fatally pow-powed. The others injured range from the age of 21 to 32, with at least 4 listed in critical to serious conditions at local hospitals. Mellow Bucks reacted on social media writing prayers for all of my sisters. All I can do is talk to God and pray. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Prayers out to these families. I don't know this rapper. I don't know a lot of rappers and stuff. Or people just coming up. I'm assuming that Mellow Bucks is new to the scene. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this was Mello's first album release, but I don't know. But I think that this situation is sad. I don't know what is the cause behind this. I'm sure that we can probably figure it out. It is Chicago. They ain't just powing for nothing. Something happened, meaning like, I don't know if it was gang related, whatever. But something happened. Okay. And so prayers out to all of those and speedy recovery for those that are in critical and serious condition. Prayers, for everybody, Hey, Callie, good morning. Prayers out to everybody involved in the pow. All right. So let me go ahead and get. Okay, so we updated y'all on Shannon Sharpe. Let's go ahead and talk about Bishop Jake Shaw. Anyway. Sarah and Touche is now the pastors of the Potter's House. Shout out to Sarah and Touche. Okay. Touche is what I call her husband. Sorry, but I do. They are now the official pastors of the Potter's House. There you got Bishop and Lady Sarita Jakes there. You got Tarshay and you got Sarah. Okay. And so they are now the pastors of the Potter's House. Will you guys be attending now that the, Bishop doesn't have, he's still the head, and I'm sure he still has say-so over everything. You know what I'm saying? You told me about that yesterday. You asked me, was I going to watch it? And I told you no. I had no interest in watching it. I don't have an interest in it. So will you guys be attending the Potter's House now? Will you guys be attending? No. Why not? Got new pastors on the horizon. Oh my God. Why would you guys do that? Go to church. Get ready for COVID to be out here doing some food and shenanigans for attention. COVID got legs and run. Oh, you mean Coral? I'm about to say COVID got legs like that. I'm about to say, girl, what COVID out here doing? Okay, anyway. Only if they serve breakfast. Oh well, you might well go down there to the donut shop before you go to the service, because they ain't finna give you nothing. Okay, they ain't finna give you nothing. All right, y'all don't want to go around to the Bishop's church. Well, speaking of Bishop Jakes, y'all do know that Bishop Jakes is currently in a lawsuit with Dwayne Youngblood. He's suing Dwayne Youngblood for defamation. Well, Tyrone Blackburn. Of course, he filed a motion to be dismissed he don't want to basically be represented by. He don't want to represent Dwayne Youngblood anymore. A lot of people said that do they think it's because of what happened, and I don't really think so. I think it's more so Tyrone Blackburn got a lot going on. I really do. I really feel like he got a lot going on. From running over the process server to, people representing themselves pro se who once was represented by him. You know what I'm saying? Fat Joe don't want to let up. And I actually don't blame Fat Joe for not letting up on Tyrone Blackburn, because they did call you out twice. And all of these judges that you have been representing these folks in these lawsuits have pretty much said that you filling out paperwork incorrectly. You sending out all these demand letters. You're doing a lot. So I don't think, Tyrone, I just think the people, listen, Tyrone, you may want to go back to school or something. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But anywho, I used to go to Lighthouse Church with Pastor Keon Henderson and stop going after his money tactics after the storm. Speaking of Keon Henderson and that money tactic, did he ever get the millions he was asking for? Why were he asking each member for $2,000 or something like that? Did you get your money, sir? That was so ignorant. And I'll just tell y'all, it's so ignorant because, sir, what about these people who barely come to church every day that wasn't impacted by the floods or about a hurricane, about a storm? That was so tone deaf. That was so tone deaf. He ain't even get that much. Child, he ain't said nothing else about it. Him and his fake first lady. Y'all can't ever make me like Shawnee O'Dam Neal. Ever. You just can't. You can't make me like that lady. Because I don't like that lady. I don't like that lady. I don't like that lady. All right, moving on. Let's go ahead and get into this Claudia Jordan and Funky Dineva situation and things like that, child. So Funky Dineva and Claudia Jordan and a lot of people was down to the Essence Fest, child. And Funky Dineva apologized to Claudia. Well, it's supposed to be an apology. I feel like it's kind of like a backhanded apology, but neither here nor there. Let me pull this up. This is on Oliver's Instagram. The only reason why I'm showing it, I think he has more of an extended clip on his YouTube channel. So I'm really not like everybody else. A lot of people saying that they don't see this show coming back. Okay, first of all, let's see what this is. Hold on.
Clips from TGIF, like where is the leg popped up, and go on to the next thing. Claudia popped up, and I was like, fuck, like we had like,
oh my god.
I thought about it. I said, I ain't really got no issue with that lady. Like I don't like. Yeah, there are certain things I didn't like, and I'm sure she can say the same thing about me. I was like, but bitch, Claudia was a good motherfucking time. Claudia was a good time. I want to work with you again. We had lightning in the bottle. We just fucking did. The space is there for us. Maybe Iyanla need to come in and sit down with all of us. I don't want no niggas involved. But here is what I'm saying out loud and in color. I want a deal where all of us come in equal pay, equal say so, neutral producers. We will work again if you're open to it.
We love it.
Thank you for that. I just want people around me to work to make money. And I really hated when it makes me laugh because I just think I always get blamed for everything. And I always loved your personality. I love signing on. And who cares if I didn't get along with someone else? That had nothing to do with me and you. Correct. And I think I got a lot of that. And it really hurt my heart too. And like, there's no way in hell that something that it's global, you guys.
Yeah, UK people, Africa people.
Yeah. Africans, South Africans, Europeans. Like, I still to this day get asked about it. So I'm glad you reached out. I always wanted to know.
Some professional differences, but it was never that deep to the point where I hate that bitch. Like, I quit before it got far.
Okay, so let me say this. Listen, I'm not Claudia, honey. I'm not Claudia, so I can't really tell Claudia how to accept this or anything like that. If it was me, though, this is such a backhanded apology that I think should have just been left at surface level. Like, hey, I'm apologizing. Will you accept it? Whatever, and going about your business. But I feel like once you start bringing up other people, once you start bringing up Joyce, I told y'all that Joyce was messy though. I told y'all Joyce was messy. I've been done told y'all Joyce was messy. Okay, I told y'all Joyce was messy, and I told y'all Joyce was the Joyce. Come to the front, Joyce. Come on, Joyce. I told y'all Joyce was messy, didn't it? Didn't I tell y'all that? Anyway, I don't really, y'all know I don't like Claudia. You know, I don't really like Claudia like that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be opposed to seeing them bring something back. However, I don't think it needs to be that format. I don't think it needs to be, I don't think you need anybody on the show that is going to consistently cry to production while playing with production and doing all the, Joyce was their producer. So that's what I don't want to see it come back in that format. I don't want to see that particular, I don't want to see that. I wouldn't mind seeing them do projects together. I'm not gonna say that. I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that. But I don't want to see that format back. And I don't know that Fox Soul is willing to do that. I don't know where Fox Soul is going with their branding. I know Fox Soul continues to still air stuff, but it's not like it used to be. If y'all also remember correctly, Cheyenne Bryant, who else? What's his name? Willie Moore Jr. And there were a couple of people, they had like a sit down talk show. And I think that Fox sold, they had that first season, and then I ain't seen no more, nothing else about it, which tells me that they kind of tried to piggyback off of TGIF, and it didn't necessarily work. It didn't necessarily work. They aired it, I believe, on Mondays, and it just, or Fridays or Mondays, one of those, and it just didn't work out like it did. One of the shows that I really did like on Fox Soul was Cocktails with Queens. I love Cocktails with Queens because I like the fact that they all really did have a difference of opinion. People don't like Lisa Ray, but I actually didn't have a problem with Lisa. Now, sometimes she said problematic things, but I didn't have a problem with Lisa Ray on the show. So like, for me, again, I don't want to see that come back. I don't want to see Al. Let Al continue to do his legal, whatever he doing over there on his channel, you know, with all of the attorneys and stuff. Let him keep doing that over there. I don't think Al gives me a crybaby behind the scenes, and I'm just gonna keep it all the way a buck. And I know we've heard about Al in the past, but I just feel like he cried too much. Girl, like, I nobody got time for all of that. Funky Dineva, I believe Funky Dineva's ego is going to always F him up. I believe Funky Dineva feels like he is super, super entitled to a lot of things. And in my opinion, I just feel like you need to humble yourself. Right? I do. I feel like you need to humble yourself. And again, this is just my thoughts. I think you need to humble yourself. When it comes to Claudia, listen, a lot of people be out here windmilling for Claudia this, Claudia that, but Claudia is just as messy. Claudia is just as messy. Clawfoot is just as messy. Okay? So, listen, if they do something again, I don't want to see it in that format. I know a lot of people are saying that Funky Dineva is probably saying this because he see Claudia working with Carlos. I think that if Funky Dineva, and y'all probably not gonna like this, but I think if Funky Dineva wanted to work with Carlos, he could. I don't really think that's, so to speak, the situation, because again, and they only do a show on Monday night, you know, talk about housewives. So I don't necessarily see that that's the full. I don't take that as a full reason, because from my understanding, Funky Dineva has been saying this for quite some time. I think we did a video about a month or so ago saying that Claudia Jordan I mean, that Funky Dineva said he wanted the band back together. But again, if Funky Dineva is involved, I'm sure Al's going to be involved too, because him and Al go Judy's. Now, I don't know if Claudia and Al have talked or done any of that. From the last I heard, which was about a month ago, prior to the Diddy trial, Claudia said that she had not talked to Al. Hey, boo, what's going on? Hey, everybody. Some of y'all done crept up in here and I didn't see y'all. What's going on, Kelly? What's going on, Tennessee girl? Hey, Terry. Hey, y'all. What's up? Claudia is already on another podcast, forgetting the name, but she seems happy. Yeah, she got a podcast with her homie, with her friend. Yeah. Unless y'all feel like Claudia backdoor Funky Dineva in the extended clip, Claudia did tell Funky Dineva that she is willing to work with him again, that she wanted to work with him again. I want to be fair and say that, because I see a lot of people saying, oh, Funky Dineva begged for her to work again. To be fair, if you go to Oliver's YouTube page, in that YouTube thing, Claudia does indeed say that she wants to work with Funky Dineva. So I feel like it's kind of on both sides. I just see people saying Funky Dineva said that he wants to work with Claudia. But no, Claudia definitely said out of her mouth that she wants to work with Funky Dineva. It was very mutual. It was. So again, I don't think it's going to be TGIF. I think y'all can kiss that goodbye. But it'll be something. I think they'll be doing something together, child. We'll see. I believe she said that because he'll bring ratings in. Yeah, she know about good TV. She know about programming. She was a producer over there on the show, so she know how all of that works. Yeah, she know how all of that works. But I still want to stress the fact that while people are saying that Funky was the only one who said that he wants to work with Claudia, Claudia did indeed say she wanted to work with Funky. Claudia and Al have deeper issues, such as her beef with his good friend Nene. The apology should have just been simple. I agree with that. No mention of work. Yeah, I don't think any of that should have come out. But hey, I mean, listen, I don't know whether to, be happy that an olive branch was extended or what. I don't know. I guess because it's not me, I don't really do. But anyway, I don't think all of that work stuff should have been exposed or said or done. Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Al has always been a problem. Yeah, Al is a big problem. Al is definitely a big problem. And that's why I think he needs to stay over there where he at. All right, let's talk about Tyler Perry. And I lied. I'm going to have to do a different video on the other stuff. So Tyler Perry, there's a young man by the name of Brandon who is exposing Tyler Perry for knowing about someone who works for him, R-wording him, and kind of letting the man work. See, this is how I know that people do not listen to me. This is how I know that people do not listen to me. I told y'all about this situation the day that the lawsuit came out with Derek. I told y'all about this situation. And it's so crazy how this situation is literally coming back up. It's crazy how this man done a video. I found an article. I was just searching. And when I was searching for Tyler Perry and kind of some of the things that had been swept under the rug. No, I know exactly what it was. Remember I told y'all that in the comments of Up Under the Shade Room, the neighborhood talk, it was one of the comments that was up under there. And this guy this Brandon guy who filed this particular lawsuit was up under the comments saying that he had an experience with Tyler Perry knowing about something and Tyler Perry not doing anything about it. Now, he did mention the settlement. When I went to go look up the article did mention that settlement. It did mention a couple of things. And y'all, I can't find that for the life of me, but I know I talked about this situation because when I seen it in the comments, I said, now, wait a minute. Somebody else is coming after Tyler, but not directly coming after Tyler. It's somebody else who committed the whatever, and Tyler Perry kind of covered it up or did not mention it. That's kind of what that was. I had already talked to y'all about that. People don't listen to me, but I talked to y'all about this 2-3 weeks ago. Did. But however, the man came out and he has done a 25-part series on his Instagram page. Is why I got to do a different video on that. But he came out and he's telling his experience. He exposed the NDA. He allegedly got he got a settlement. He got a $500,000 settlement and signed the NDA. Now, I don't know if this is breach of an NDA and if he's going to have to pay that money back. I'm not sure what any of that is, but I did tell y'all that this situation did happen. Sure did. Because we looked up the man and everything. We looked up the I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head, but we looked up that guy that works for Tyler Perry. We looked at what his statuses were as far as his tenure with Tyler Perry. And so we had already talked about this. So this is actually just refreshing to the DonDons, that, it has come up and guy has decided to do a video. Yeah. I know the people won't, give me my credit or anything like that, but we did speak about this a few weeks ago. Speaking of Tyler Perry, y'all watching Divorce Sisters. I am actually watching Divorce Sisters. I hope to have a review up by today, if not by no later than Wednesday for sure. No later than Wednesday. All right, Oliver. Gotta go, Oliver. All right. Let's get into our next topic. So we talked about Tyler Perry. We talked about Claudia. We talked about Funky. We talked about... Okay, let's get into this Diddy stuff, y'all. All right. So the chef, the female chef that has come out over the last, since Diddy's guilty verdict. Can I ask a question? I know this is going to spark up some things here. But why are y'all acting like Diddy wasn't found guilty of something? Like, granted, he was not found guilty of RICO. He wasn't found guilty of the important charges or the more serious charges. But the fact that he was found guilty of something says something about the man. The fact that we've seen a video says something about this man. I said this last week and I'm going to say it again. I don't want no parts of nobody who sit up and make excuses for a bitch ass man who kicks, hits, and fights on women. I don't care what y'all say to me. Diddy is a dog, and I mean that with all of my chest. You can kiss my ass. I mean it. There's nothing in my body that will ever see this man as anything other than a monster, what I want to say I can't say, but like, I really don't understand what part of the fact that this man is nasty work y'all don't understand. I don't get it. I do not get it. And some of you sorry niggas out here. Yeah, I'm talking to you men. Some of you men. Oh, sorry. This is probably not a conversation that you want to have me on speaker or none of that. All of you sorry ass men that sit up and make excuses because you probably sitting over there beating up on your people. I don't got nothing for y'all. I don't want y'all in my space. I don't want you entertained. I don't have nothing for you. I don't get it. I don't understand what people do not see. Y'all make excuses for people who are in DV situations, and I don't understand why. Why do we, and I'm not talking to you in the chat if this ain't you, and if it is you, I'm talking to you. Why do y'all continue to make excuses for a dog bastard like Diddy? Of course, the RICO did not stick. Was the RICO very weak? Yes, it was, in my opinion, and I said that throughout the trial. It's given weak. However, to sit up here and literally act like this man ain't done nothing is crazy to me. Sit up here and act like this man because he got so much money, he's so powerful, and they just want to take a black man down. Y'all really are weird. We really live in a weird time. Y'all are weird. And when I say weird, I mean with capital letters. Y'all are weird. Who goes up for stuff like this? The man is a dog. And don't come up in my chat talking about you a black man and you want to see another black man fall and fail and all of that kind of stuff. Say that for your grandmama now. Say that for Pearly Mae and Sally Sue and all of them. Say that for them, cause y'all can miss me with that. I for the life of me, I don't get it. I don't get it. I see too many people making excuses. While we talking about Diddy, let's go ahead and talk about this Tisa and Ratchet TV situation. All right. So last week, Tisa tells them, listen, you do not have to like how a person reports things. I say if you don't like it, don't watch them. Right? There were a couple of things that I felt like throughout the trial, Tisa should not have done. But I still don't think that she deserved to be charged up. She deserved to be verbally assaulted. She didn't deserve any of that. Because if that was the case, everybody out there should have got it. And Lovely T, I'm sorry, but you getting right on over there with them trash ass people. The way you out here really covering yourself as a black woman, you are sad. Yeah, I said it. And I mean every bit of what I'm saying. Y'all are some sad individuals. So Ratchet TV was looking for Tisa outside of the courts when Diddy was found not guilty of the RICO and all of the other things, right? And so he was like, I'm looking for lying ass Tisa Tells. Where is Tisa? Tisa, where is Tisa? Where is Tisa? Where is Tisa? So he finds Tisa, he walks up on Tisa and calls her all kind of lies and all kind of this and all kind of that and this and that and this and that and this and that, right? Nigga, because that woman did not agree with you on the things and she was down there in the courtroom, you wasn't in the courtroom the whole time. You was out there fandangling with them dogs and stuff. Ratchet was definitely wrong. He was wrong. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that whatsoever. He did not have to do that whatsoever. It wasn't necessary. Because if that was the case, you would do it for everybody who was out there. Everybody wasn't pro Diddy that was out there. Everybody was not pro Diddy that was out there. And see, here's my thing. I could see if Tisa was out here being ruthless and reckless with other people while she's at the trial, but she did not do that. You don't have to agree with how she delivers the news or whatever. But sir, are you kidding me? And then for y'all to be walking around here talking about she worked for the feds and she this and she that, like y'all getting real weird. And I'm glad she got some bodyguards. I'm glad she got some bodyguards or some security. Because y'all done lost y'all mind. Y'all done lost y'all mind. If you want to hear Tisa address all of this stuff, she did address it in a video yesterday. I don't either, Terry. I didn't like him when he was on that panel with Armand and Queen Sheba and all the rest of them. I wasn't liking that either. I didn't like him then either. And it wasn't because he disagreed or he was pro Diddy. It wasn't because of that. He has a disrespectful ass tone. He has a disrespectful demeanor about himself, and how he approaches situations is very disrespectful. It is. It's disrespectful. Yes, his approach on everything is super, super disrespectful. And I didn't like it. And me as a man, I'm going to call it out. Because I didn't think Tisa deserved that. And I still don't think she deserved that. And yeah, I did see from different angles. And also to the bloggers and the content creators who was laughing and kikiing and thought that shit was funny. It's not. Ain't nothing about that funny. You don't have to like a way a person talks about the case. You don't. The reality is that we're all different and we're going to all bring something different. I brought something different from the people who was going live every day from the trial that had hundreds and hundreds of peoples in their chat. Yeah, I said peoples. Thousands of peoples in their chat. We all bring something different. Leave that lady alone. Let her do whatever she gonna do. If you feel like she worked for the feds, then why is you bothering her? He talking about he gonna sue her because Tisa said that he said that he was gonna unalive her and all of that. I ain't heard Tisa say that at all. I did not hear that. So you just gonna go ahead and sue. Go ahead and file a lawsuit. Against her. I did not hear any of that. And I've listened to the videos, all the videos since then. I ain't heard that woman to say anything about unaliving. Ain't heard it. Child, I can't. Yeah, now he want to bring a lawsuit against her. Yeah, he said he was going to sue her. He did. He said he was going to sue her. He did. He said he was going to definitely sue her. Child. Now, y'all know Armand released a statement in regards to his oil situation. Again, I do think it was distasteful. In my own opinion, I think it's distasteful. I think it was distasteful. I do also think that he's saying that it has caused more doors to open for him. Okay. I feel like there are people who are pro Diddy that are going to be there to give him whatever he needs. So I can see that happening, but it still was distasteful to me. He is upset that most people didn't agree with that he did to her. Yeah, he was like, oh, I'm catching the wrath over here. Yeah, you're catching the wrath over here. Sorry, but that's just what it is. Everybody don't go up for stupid stuff like that. Stop charging that lady up. Divorce Sisters is good. It is good. I'm one episode behind. Now wait a minute. Not too much on NYC. We are a bit aggressive, but we are not all the same. Is he from NYC? Is Ratchet TV from NYC? Who from NYC? I don't know nothing about NYC. I ain't say nothing about NYC. I'm talking about Ratchet TV. Is he from NYC? Listen, I ain't even put y'all all in the box together. Didn't, but him specifically, yeah, he has lost his mind. He has definitely lost his marbles. He was even more mad because he could not rattle her. And I'm so grateful. I am so grateful that Tisa didn't go there with him. I'm grateful. That's how you have to do people. You can't go there with them. What did Quad tell Mariah? I will not come off. Wait, did Mariah say that? No, that was Quad. Honey, because ain't no way. What's up, Q? What's going on? How are you, Chef Q? What's going on? All right. So that's that on that. Let's go ahead and get into this Sam Franklin and the Bishop and the church mess. Y'all like a little church mess, don't it? Oh, it was Mariah. Okay. Y'all like a little church mess, right? Chef, I don't follow that man. I don't know where he from. Oh, okay, because you said New York. Listen, I'll just talk about Ratchet TV. Y'all like a little church mess? You want to hear a little church mess? I said I wasn't going. I said I wasn't gonna get him no mobile, baby. Y'all, we gotta listen to something. Y'all like a little church mess? Little baby, the only one like church mess. Y'all know y'all like some church mess. Speaking of the church, y'all go ahead and pass them offering buckets around. Pass those offering buckets around. It is 8:02. 8:02 on the Central Time Zone. We do $8.02 or whatever the Lord places on your heart. But $8.02 is the seed. Is the seed, okay? Do y'all like a little church mess? Child. Now y'all so saved, child. Y'all don't like church mess now, child. Y'all so saved and sanctified, honey. Y'all don't like no church mess, child. The folk don't like church mess, I guess. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me pull it up. Is this the one? No. Okay, so in case if y'all didn't know, we're talking about Apostle Sam Franklin. We're talking about JRock, who is a male prostitute or male ex-worker, whatever you want to call him. He out here doing it. OnlyFans, all of the things, right? So there's a bishop by the name of Bishop Matthews. They're out of Nashville, Tennessee. Bishop Matthews is married and has some children and things like that. Well, JRock came out a couple weeks ago over there on King Job's platform and said that the bishop poo-pooed on his ding-a-ling while they was around there hunching and stuff. The Reverend poo-pooed on his ding-a-ling, and he'd been knowing the Reverend for a whole year, and they only had three times where they messed around and stuff like that. But the last time that they messed around was when he poo-pooed on that man wing-a-ling-a-linga, and he said that he charged him. Now the price has changed from every week. The price just changed. It was $1,050. Then it turned into $1,150. Then it turned into $1,250. Girl, it's just all over the place, right? But what I want y'all to hear is this call between him and Sam Franklin. Sam Franklin is his apostle who told him to not do all of this of what he's doing, right? Sam Franklin and turn around. Now, mind you, Sam Franklin was this man's covering. She turned around and invited the bishop, the same bishop that her member said did all these things. That's a bishop and still hunching on the man. She invited that man into her pulpit. And not only did she invite that man into her pulpit, but that man took up an offering. That man took up $100 offering, and he wanted 10 people to match his seed. Okay. Now, I want you guys to understand during this recording, you are going to hear him say, and I'm sorry, but you are going to hear him say, I'm warning you now, you are going to hear him say that the pastor and the first lady should off themselves. Okay. You're going to hear JRock. So JRock was nasty. He was disgusting with what he did. All of the things. I'm not going to ever take that away. I think that also doesn't take away what Bishop Matthews is doing. Bishop Matthews shouldn't be standing in a pulpit preaching. But also, Apostle Sam Franklin, it just proves that you're messy as hell. That's what it does. It proves you're messy. You're messy. There's nothing you can say, Sam Franklin, that would, and sorry if y'all know who Sam Franklin is. If you rock with Sam Franklin, that's cool, that's cute. I'm not here to bash her ministry or any of that. What I am here to say, though, is you're messy. You handled this very messy. That man should have never stepped foot into your church, let alone your pulpit. He should not have. He should not have. That is not how you handle this as an apostle. Until you completed an investigation, that man should have been nowhere in your pulpit. Now, by the way, the sit-down interview that he was supposed to do with Tasha K, it fell through. You know why it fell through? Because JRock thought he was going to get a coin from Tasha K. That's why. And Tasha K ain't in the church sector. I don't know what y'all think Tasha K going to do. Tasha K got 1 million followers, but Tasha K ain't in the church sector like that. So nothing that she do pertaining to the church like that is going to hit. It would be different if that was the sector that she was in. She's not in no church sector. She don't know nothing about nothing. Okay? All right. Anyway, let's get into this video. Let me see here. I think this is the one.
Knock, knock. Hi there.
Yeah,
I'd love to show you what a K-12 powered school is really like. Okay. Step inside.
Once I heard it was her church, it told me, yeah, I got my feelings on Sam Franklin too. Like, I really do. Like, Sam Franklin, All right, so let's go ahead and get into this phone call. Wait a minute.
Different people in.
Well, as some of the deleted clips.
On to all these churches, just not saying all your life.
He made threats and said entry because and different things like that. But when your apostle spoke to me and said, "I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your family. I'm praying for your church." Now, I had heard all of that, but then it was a difference when she actually started praying.
Well, now that you're all corded up, let's go into how Bishop Matthews allegedly got into the ear of the apostle. Things started shifting behind the scenes fast. Now we explore how Bishop Matthews may have used his info video through the entirety for you.
Extortion and the other part, but out of all of that, because I'm not gonna be I already did something disrespectful that I should never did. But I really got a real serious question, and I really want to ask this question. Why? This is just the biggest question at hand. Why? And I know you probably have a whole story and a book behind it and the essay and all these different types of things. But I think the real simplest question is, why was it even allowed for this man to grace the pulpit and me be denied entry to church? There has to be some type of correlation on why I was denied entry because of this man. And it's already been told to me. So, I mean, it's not nothing different that can be said. I already got a call from your other leadership, and they basically told me without telling me what was going on. So can you not answer that question on why this man was allowed to come in and I wasn't, for safety reasons? When he got threats, he made threats, et cetera, et cetera.
He made threats to who?
To me. You didn't see the messages where he said if I did what my wife wanted me to do to him, I would be in jail?
You sent me that.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah, and I said to you, JRock, what do you think people are going to say if that had happened to you? Remember, we had that conversation. I got text after text after text after call after call, and I have not seen all your lives, right? That you were threatening, not threatening, because I don't want to use that word, but you were going to all these churches to start all this mess.
No.
Let me finish.
Okay, let you finish.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna let you finish. I'm brushing my teeth.
Yeah, I said that, and these ain't church people, because we blindsided. I know you have been on all these lives. You've been saying all this different stuff about me, all this different stuff. So the last text I got was, you went into something, you got into it with somebody, and they said it's okay. It was just on social media, but the text was sent to me. They said, whatever the guy is, man, whoever, it's okay. I know what church you're going to, and I'll be there.
Can I clarify something to you? Me and that person been going at it for 6 years now. We live together, everything. That should have been the least of our church's concerns. was Massa out of all people. Massa is walking around here right now.
I don't know that.
But you know what? As a 6-year member, and as you being in contact with me this entire time throughout this whole entire thing, or even having your leadership give out my number to them for them to call, somebody could have called and asked me. Nobody called me. Nobody asked me anything. I would have explained that down to y'all. That's something that is way off of this whole entire topic.
Listen. With that still okay. So what about all the other threats that you're making or that you're saying you're going to do, and you don't know who's from the other side that's after you?
So what threats did I make?
I'm going to the church. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
I'm going to the church. I never made a violent threat to anybody, and you can't find one threat.
I'm not talking about a violent threat. I'm not talking about a violent threat, JRock. I'm talking about showing up at that man's church that all of this has started. Do you not think people are angry, whether they believe it or not?
So, am I not supposed to be angry that he attended my service?
Listen, you gotta listen so we can get to the job that you asked me for and that I told you I would get. Did you not?
But you gotta think about it. I don't want to sit around with no man that's gonna continue to lie on my name. Like, you already confirmed. It's already been confirmed. Now let's run the story down real fast. And no, I'm not doing no filming, no live, none of that. You can go look it up. I'm not on nothing. I'm not doing any of that. This is just back to us two. So my question is, everybody's now telling me that what I brought was not enough evidence. Did the man not go confirm to his wife, his leadership, that he was in contact with me? He came to the Airbnb. He parked his car in the garage and he felt convicted and he left. Ain't that what he told his leadership and his wife?
I don't know about that. I asked on everything. I don't know that.
So did he confess anything to you?
We had a conversation and I told him I would have a conversation with you. And I wanted to talk to both of you all together. And that's what you asked me for. Did you not?
Okay, so can you set up the phone call? I just want to ask him, is he going to tell the truth or not?
How do you know?
Okay, so let me say this. I had to stop it real quick. Let me say this. If you listen to her, again, to me, this is not how an apostle should have handled this. Playing phone tag between the two when you know good and well that JRock ain't gonna listen to wise counsel. He's not gonna listen to anybody. I don't understand Sam Franklin. I'm gonna let it finish playing, but I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. But again, I'm gonna let it play. I'll be back. Ciao.
He hasn't told the truth, whatever truth that is.
Because he hasn't told it where it needs to be told. That this came out publicly. Come publicly with your resolve. Once he come public and he give us a public resolve and a public statement, I'll leave him alone and anybody else connected to it alone. But until then, I'm gonna ride out. We're gonna ride out at dawn every day.
His bishop made a statement though.
His bishop made a statement, and like every other person said, that statement did nobody justice. You basically called me a liar and said I didn't have enough evidence.
Knock, knock. Hi there. I'd love to show you what a K-12 powered school is really like. Step inside. Here, you can dive into subjects you love. Move as faster as...
That didn't say that, JRock.
That's exactly what that statement said. Shall we read it out loud to each other? Listen, I'm far from done. I had a very high ASVAB score. I'm a very smart person.
Okay. But, JRock, if he's under a bishop and they didn't sit him down, then why do you think he's going to be set down?
Oh, I'm telling you, the videos from the Airbnb are coming. The lady, I spoke to the lady yesterday afternoon about them. She's supposed to be emailing them to me. She had to get clearance to get them. But I guarantee you, he's going to get stepped down after this because the lie that he told to the leadership, and I know he said it to the leadership because I got a call about it. He went to them and told them that he came to the Airbnb. He felt convicted in the garage and he left. But he was in conversation with me as well.
Now wait a minute. I thought that was your mama Airbnb, JRock. See, this is why I say you can't read me. You can't read me. You thought You thought you was reading me down, but here you are on the phone with Sam Franklin, and you're literally saying now that you had to wait. The lady had to wait and get clearance. First, it was your cousin was gonna send them to you. Then it was your mama was gonna send them to you. Then it was your auntie that was gonna send them to you. Now it's a random lady that you had to wait for clearance for to get the footage from the Airbnb. Sir, if you bring the Airbnb footage out here right now, we don't give a damn. We really don't. Nobody care. We're not gonna care. We're not gonna care. It's been nearly what, 3-4 weeks now? 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks since the situation happened. Where is the video? Girl, no one's gonna care by the time you put it out here.
What he said. My thing is, if you were in conversation and all of the text messages add up, why does the messages after you leave from the Airbnb are no longer sufficeable to anybody? Why is those messages being looked over? Why are we allowing this man to grace the pulpit at JRock's church and JRock is being turned away? So now I'm going to get drunk at Pride. And before anybody, I do want to clarify one thing. None of this started with JRock. This whole him being at the church thing did not start with me. I wasn't even watching the live, didn't watch the live at all. I was on live after leaving, and I got on live talking about how I was denied entry, and we talked about the Big Frida thing. And after that, somebody came to my live, and the whole entire live started talking about, oh, he was at your church today. Then we all went together. Everybody went and watched the live. So it wasn't just JRock. And I didn't even allow any Sam Franklin bashing that night. No shade. But I keep asking everybody at this church why this man was allowed to grace the pulpit and I was not allowed to even enter the building and stand outside and sweat bullets from back to front, crack to crack. No. If you don't believe me, I can send you the pictures. I was sweating bullets.
JRock, I was there, and I told Brandon to bring you to me, and you said no.
Yeah, because my ride was already here at that point. I had been outside for over 20 minutes.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's not what I told you. He was not allowed. I didn't know he was coming, and what he told you, that is a lie. He texted us at the last minute on his way to the building, and I texted our leadership. So that's a lie. It was not planned. But security was there for you because so many people were talking about who was after you and all of that. They started going back and forth at 4:30. Police cars back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I got a question then. So if the security was there for me, what was the purpose of having security if I wasn't even going to allow it to be in the building?
Security meaning that it was there because of the threats that were made.
Right. So it was threats made to JRock. Why was security even set in place if JRock was not going to be allowed to be in attendance?
So you wouldn't be in attendance. So you wouldn't come in the door, JRock.
Oh, somebody could have just called me and told me y'all wasn't going to let me in. I would never even showed up. No shade. I'm not dumb. I would.
You showed up because we had already talked about this. Right?
No, we didn't. You didn't give me a firm.
So here's the thing, though. What's up, man, Teddy? Here's the thing. I don't. Of course, now with things coming out, excuse me, with things coming out, his stories don't line up. However, do I think the bishop and him fandangled around? I do. I really do. I believe him and the bishop did something. I do. I just don't believe he got the evidence that he says that he has. And again, the way that he's handling this is just not the way that... Listen, again, I've been there and done that. When I was on Tisa's panel, when he came up there talking about, I came up here to read you two sissies down. I'm still waiting on a read, bitch. Still waiting on a good read. Let me tell you why. And again, I'm going to just say this. I've been there and done what you doing. Been there and done that. You start off at 250. There's nowhere in this good game that will ever be the same. So you can't read me. Can't read me. I wouldn't know how to handle this. You cannot read me. You're 25 years old. You're young, dumb, and in my opinion, full of cum. And therefore, you can't read me. I know you can't read Thais. You can't read neither one of us. Now, he did threaten to slap Thais, though. He told Thais, Well, y'all getting ready to hear it right here. He told Thais that he was going to slap Thais. Thais a good one, because I wouldn't have invited you back up on my thing. He said he was going to slap Thais. He also told Sam Franklin that he was going to slap all her members. Y'all finna hear him in a minute. He said he was going to slap the shit out of all of her members, and he was going to find somebody to slap the shit out of her. That's what he said. That's what he said. And to your point, L. Teddy, I don't know what his end game is. I really don't. I don't know what his end game is. And really, to be truthfully honest, we had already told him from the beginning, girl, the people are going to give this about 3 weeks, and it's going to die down. The bishop over there buying new churches and stuff. Did y'all know that? The bishop's been signed on a dotted line for a new church. Yes, I'm talking about Bishop Matthews, child.
Don't come to church on Sundays. Okay, well, we still, none of that matters.
I can come to church. It does, baby. You gotta go, because we had that conversation even on Josh.
But when
being on Thursday, you said, I'm gonna let this guy down, Pastor. I said, I think that would be best.
I don't recall saying that. But
I know you said it though.
The question at hand is, why was this bishop allowed to grace the pulpit? Why was he allowed, with all the safety precautions, allowed to attend the service? But the other party, I feel as if all parties should be held accountable. I feel like in the midst of this, there should have been a full investigation before anybody allowed this man to come into a church that he's never attended a day in his life to grace the pulpit. What'd you say?
Hold on. I'm gonna bring somebody in. Hold on. It's not gonna be this. Just hold on.
You need to bring. It'll be nice if you brought him in, because this could all end right now.
I don't want to talk until you are over the phone.
Oh, I'm not doing no meetups with this man. I'm not doing none of that. I wouldn't dare sit in his face.
Why?
Because I'm not dumb nor my soul. That's not safe for me. He already played enough police games with me. I don't want nothing to do with this man. I will have a phone conversation and that's it.
Nobody's going to listen. Nobody's going to play no police games with me. Period. And that ain't because I'm big and bad and bad. Ain't nobody going to play no police games with me.
Well, I'm not trusting it regardless.
So you want me to trust if we have a phone call that you not taking?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Listen, it's not this don't even have nothing to do with going back and forth on social media. No shade. This don't have nothing to do with this.
I get you. I get that.
This don't have to be filmed. The reason why I've been filming stuff leading up to this is because it's every single time something happened, it's doing more of what they call connecting the dots for me. No shade. At first, people hated me, people didn't like me, but the more things keep going down, the more stuff keeps happening, they keep thinking in their head like, dang, why is all this stuff keep happening? Why is this going on? And the more and more it just puts the pieces of the puzzle together. Like, no shade. This man came to your church and gave you $100. What was $100 to a man that's been paying a prostitute, as you say? Well over that. You paid me over $1,200 one day when you shitted on my dick. So I'm just really confused on why you was only led to give $100.
Atera's AI Copilot helps you solve complex IT issues faster than you can say,
"What did I just see?"
Okay, say we just got a ticket about slow computer performance. Watch this. With one click, you can troubleshoot.
I don't know, because that wasn't planned. I would have rather that didn't happen. But it did.
And then the thing that made a lot of the supporters look at the church differently is because he renamed the name of the seed 15 times. And that didn't come from me, that came from the live. Not only did he rename the seed, the seed that he kept telling everybody to give to you, he renamed it. First he called it a miracle seed, then he called it a God seed, then he called it
I don't care what kind of seed he called it. That's not my business, because God gonna bless me, period. So when we started off this conversation, you asked me why, and you said, people take threats lightly. I mean, people don't take threats lightly. And I'm gonna do this, I got my gun, I'm gonna do. You just said on an open conversation, you'll slap me. Did you not say that?
No, I did not say that. I said I'll slap your members, and I'll have somebody slap you. I didn't say I would slap you.
And you'll have somebody to slap me. Do you think that's a threat?
No, that's definitely not a threat. That was more of a promise to me.
Okay, so if you just made a promise you'll have somebody slap me, then what? Hold on, JRock.
So that y'all heard it, right? Y'all heard him say, he reiterated, he said that it wasn't a threat, it was more of a promise that he was going to slap her members and find somebody to slap her. That's what he said. Now listen, again, you're a young buck. I don't listen. Going back and forth with you really is a no-go for me. However, with this particular situation, I think the terrible part of this is the fact that because you don't get what you want from people, JRock, you have this thing where you want to threaten people. You want to do all of these things. I'm here to tell you, you 25 damn years old. It's gonna be a lot of people that ain't gonna do shit you don't like, and you can't threaten them by slapping them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And you want to slap everybody? I would have to test you. Let me get you a flight here, and let me meet you at the airport so you can slap me. It'll be the last nigga you ever slap. I want you to know that.
I better be making threats. I'm not a threat. I make promises. You know what I mean? Real fast. Lord, this ain't getting nowhere. Let me wash my underarms before. Why do they smell like this? Jesus. My underarms smell like they've been sweating all night.
Okay, hello.
Hello?
Okay, so, JRock, you said that, and I was scared.
Oh, honey, now you know for a fact I'm not even going to accept that. You wasn't scared.
No. I didn't say I was. I said, if you said that, and I'm scared, then I'm going to protect myself in any kind of way I can. You know? Like, don't. Anyway, if I said that and I'm scared, I'm going to protect myself. You have to take this thing. Nobody's, and from the beginning, I told you, I'm going to advocate for right, and I want reconciliation for both sides. Did I not say that to you?
But I think everybody...
Did I not?
You said that, yes, Mr. Mom.
You said that's what you wanted as well, but that's not what you want.
But moving forward, that's definitely not what I want. I don't need to reconcile. You know, we don't have no love, loyalty, or none of that towards each other. He just needs to come out and tell the truth.
Say it again, I can't hear you.
He needs to come out.
Okay, y'all heard everything I needed y'all to hear. I really needed y'all to hear them threats and stuff. That's what I needed y'all to hear. JRock, let me have a conversation with you. Let me have a conversation with you because I'm sure you watching. You said that you know, everybody make videos about you every day, all day, every day. Well, you're here, so let's talk about it. JRock, I want you to understand that a lot of people in this world ain't finna play with you. You really thought because the bishop was, I guess, out here doing whatever he was doing, you thought that people are supposed to fold up and feel a certain type of way. Sir, you did not come out here in a good way at all. The way you handled this was whack. And later on in this call, y'all, how much more time is left on here? What is this? Okay, well, later on in the call, he also says that the bishop should have offed himself and offed his wife, or his wife should have offed him. Something like that he says. It's very nasty. I came down here and told y'all what he had said, and I just feel like you going after that man's wife is crazy. And for the people who keep saying, oh, his wife reached out to him, I don't believe that. I don't believe that the wife reached out to him. What would the wife reach out to him for? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe anything that's coming from a third party. Then he says that the third party, y'all, is another first lady in the city whose husband cheated on her and got outed about cheating on her, and he said she bitter or something. Girl, I cannot with these people. I cannot with these people. This is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Idle threats. He keeps writing those checks that as cannot cash. He sounds childish. He is 25 years old. He has a lot of growing up to do. A lot of growing up to do. A lot of growing up to do. But when he was over there on Tisa's channel, he came up there and he was like, I came up here to read. What did he say? Because I'm finna read y'all down. We still waiting on the read. We still waiting on the read. I told him read me down to Matthew's wife decide to leave him. Read me down to the ground. Since you can do it, read me down. I'm waiting. Not now, read, because you can't do it. You're 25 years old. You're dumb. I don't rock like you. You're moving very stupid like. I don't do that. I don't do that. And I think this man has this thing about himself. He think he are OnlyFans star. He think everybody's supposed to bow down to him, or everybody's supposed to respect him or feel a certain type of way about him. Sir, do you know how many niggas is in OnlyFans business that's around here? You don't get no respect from me because that's what you do. Are you kidding me? Child, please. The two church leaders give pimp behavior. It was very distasteful and it was very nasty for Sam Franklin to invite that man to her church and bring that man in her pulpit, knowing what's going on between him and JRock. I think that's messy. I think it's nasty. And honestly, Apostle, you do need to come forward and you need to speak on that. I think that's low of you. I really do. Putting all things about JRock to the side. If there was any other member, I think what you did was very, 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 very nasty work. It was very nasty work. Because see, here's the thing. You got $1,000 seed off of that. That man wanted 10 people to match his $100 seed. Regardless of how many times he renamed that seed, he wanted 10 people to match that. Mama, you went home with $1,000 that day. That's nasty work. I'm sorry. Sam Franklin, that's nasty work. Do I think that Sam Franklin should be threatened? No, absolutely not. The threats are very disrespectful and they're absolutely too much. Too much. Too much, too much, too much. Just too much. And another call people girl like, sir, you disrespectful. You speaking to a whole man. You better stop it. Yeah, he did call me a girl. He sure did. He called me a girl, which is why, again, I say you cannot read me, because girl, that right there, when you address me as what I am. You address me as what I am. Listen, y'all, that's my show. That's my show. I want to bring this stuff to y'all. We talked about everything over here. I'll do a separate video on this Tyler Perry stuff because it's a lot. Okay, we'll do a separate video on it. With that being said, guys, make sure you hit the like button. If you guys have not checked out my smothered pork chop recipe video, I need y'all to check that out. Check that video out, okay, because we did our big one over there. And you guys are going to see more things like this. This is what the show is going to entail. Yes, I have a show that I have been working on. And so I would like for you guys to support. And the easiest way to support is just by watching this video. Okay. It is in the chat. So I can, let me see if I can do something real quick. And I know she ain't in here, but I want to give a huge shout out to Sheridan. All right. Y'all know my girl Sheridan has, released a book, and She had a book event yesterday, or the official launch day as of yesterday for her book. And so I wanted to make sure that we definitely give her a huge shout out. I wish nothing but continued success. And I still am going to bless one of my ladies over here. I'm going to bless you all with a copy of her book. Or I can just, bless you with a cash app and just have her, or you just, pay for the shipping and all of that, so I don't have to have your address or nothing like that. I ain't trying to do all that. So if you guys would do those favors for me. Also, too, we did a trip down memory lane as we went to go watch, or as we listened to yesterday, we went over the Little Rod lawsuit again, which I think was kind of important to do considering all of the things that are going on. So make sure you check that out, all right? I am getting ready to head to work, guys. Make sure you bang that like button. Make sure you subscribe. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you guys know how to do so. Cash App $ Chef DonDon 2, or via Venmo at Chef DonDon 2 as well. All right. Super chat, super sticker, super thanks. Thank you all for the love. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.